Please take your chair, ma'am. Please. And now, with a huge round of applause, may I call the showstopper of the day, the author, Sharani Ponguru Garu, onto the stage. A warm welcome and yes, this particular session, the journey of the author, the panel discussion by Hita Bhaskar Garu and Sagar Garu. Over to you, sir. I will give the mics to you.
Andarki namaste andi. I'm so honored to be here on stage with this person here, Sharani. 3 ఏళ్ళకు ముందు when I met her, అంటే నా కోర్స్ గురించి నేను పోయినప్పుడు ఆమె ఒక రూమ్ ఆఫ్ టీచర్స్, ప్రైమరీ టీచర్స్కు ఆమె ఎంత బాగా చెప్తుందంటే, షీ వాజ్ గివింగ్ దెమ్ అ క్లాస్ అబౌట్ హౌ టు బికమ్ అ చైల్డ్ టు ట్రైన్ ద చైల్డ్. That is what I really admired. And ఎందుకో వీళ్ళు మార్కులు అని అంటారు, కానీ ఈ ట్రైనింగ్ అంతా ఎందుకు చెప్పరు? I think the primary years they are doing wonderful in Narayana. So I was really impressed. And then malla suddenly when I heard that she has come out with a book, అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ వన్ లైఫ్, ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఉంటుంది అనమాట ఏదో ఒకటి సాధించాలనేసి. అంటే తన కంఫర్ట్ జోన్ నుంచి బయటికి వచ్చి షీ వాంటెడ్ టు carve a niche for herself. She wanted to do something for herself. Probably that was a transformation in her which brought her to give a book like this for all of us to read. I'm 66, I'm waiting to read that, and I'm waiting to go through the shifts also. And I hope this will also go as a wonderful inspiration to all the children, that all the future that she is making. So Sharani ma'am, it's wonderful sharing the stage with you and discussing on the books that book that you have written. So could you just tell me why and how did the instigation begin?
To begin with, couple of years ago, I think ever since I was a child, I had a lot of insecurities. I was obese, I was dark, I had a terrible stage fear. I still remember when I used to attend press meets with my sister who's here, I'm sure she can resonate with me. I was really scared, my father also was there, and I really didn't want to speak. Like there was this one voice inside me which kept saying, you can't speak up, this is not your thing. I mean, I kept battling that voice again and again, but somewhere I was really stuck, and somewhere I really didn't come out of that comfort zone. So that's when I realized, and suddenly, I mean, I joined the family business and I had a lot of responsibility, and more than anything, I should reach their expectations. And at one point of time, I just kept thinking, I came home, I was just sitting there, I kept thinking, how should I evolve? How should I grow? And what is a technique in which it can rewire my thought process? So one video of Tony Robbins has changed my life, and ever since then I have been a huge follower of personal development. So I make sure every day I spend about 2-3 hours to myself understanding where am I, what is lacking in me, and where do I want to be, and how do I go further. Wonderful. And I also work closely with the students. So I think right from 8th, 9th, 10th grade, this is the peak time where students have a lot of stress, just like I did. So I feel if you can show them a path, if you can make them understand, these are the processes that you can adapt in your life, and adapting these processes will definitely change you. If it becomes a habit, then your life will change. And I have been a practical example of this.
Wonderful, wonderful. What a nice experience and what a nice inspiration also to the young ones. And when you said 9th, 10th, I think they are the ones who will always be going away from the sheltered homes to the world outside
Yes.
very soon. Wonderful. And I think the shift first was time that you make, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
It took time for me to understand because change is never easy. You have to come out of that comfort zone. So once I came out of that comfort zone, I have become a lifelong learner and I really enjoy the process of learning. I think that's important for every person.
And you had many people like him, Mr. Sagar, who also helped you, I
Yes.
think. I met him only today. And I really got, inspired too about the way he was dealing with so many things, talking about so many things. And we would like to hear from him too about how you brought about a change. How did you help the change in her?
I just call myself a facilitator, so all of this belongs to her and the family. Well, in neuro-linguistic programming, we say one can either operate from a stuck end where we say, we give reasons, we think why this is not happening, or we can be an empowered end where we just say, how am I going to get this done? And to me, honestly, you've really been the epitome of being at the empowered end, because at times when you've taken a midnight flight back to Hyderabad and next morning you are up there and you've just shown up every time there was a challenge and every time there was something to be learned. So the moment you get out of bed every morning, what do you tell yourself?
So I have adapted to few processes that have become a habit in my lifestyle. So basically I have integrated it in my lifestyle. So as soon as I get up, I set an intention for the day. When you talk about my workbook, when you see my workbook, when you flip through it, the first chapter also talks about intention. So before doing any activity, I make sure I close my eyes, I visualize as if that activity has already happened and I visualize how my day is going to be. So I start with setting an intention, then I do breath work. Breath work is one powerful tool that can change your state drastically. I mean, I'm sure there's so many people here who are occupied with a lot of negative thoughts in the morning, positive and negative. But how do you beat those negative thoughts and come to a normal state? So that's where breath work comes into picture. Sure. So once I set an intention, then breath work comes, then affirmations come. I'm a huge believer of affirmations and I feel affirmations also can rewire your mindset if you follow it properly. So I have these set of processes and I also get up in the morning. So my day starts at 4:40 doing my favorite activity, that is gym. And that really sets the tone for the day. So I've crafted the processes in such a way that you will unleash your true potential. And it was hard practically, but I have implemented it.
Of course, and when we look at your fitness journey, you've had your own share of challenges, including an injury. And a lot of times people would give up on that particular endeavor once they're, met with a setback. How did you manage to bounce back and look at you?
I still remember one quote I really resonate with it's by Tony Robbins. He says, what is this moment or what is this incident going to trigger in the future? Is this serving a purpose for my future? If yes, you can definitely think about it. If this moment is not serving anything in the future, then just let it go. So I had a terrible back pain and then I bounced back. I had a lot of negative thoughts initially, but it took time for me to come out of those negative thoughts. And what really worked for me is I did a lot of learning, I did a lot of self-reflections during that process because I was stuck to the bed, I was confined and I didn't know what to do. So initially there was frustration, initially there was anger on myself, why did I do this? But later it has become a process of my learning and I truly enjoyed that.
Any more shifts that you can give us, please, that happened to you?
Yes, there are so many. I think every day there is a shift in my life because I either overdo things or I either take a lot of time not able to balance things. But every experience has taught me to be a better and the best person of myself.
And how do you manage the stress of so many institutions that you take care of? So many, the faculties, the management, the students. How do you manage it and how do you take it forward? Like you must be having a team of people doing that, but again, you need to monitor that also. Isn't
Yes.
it?
I believe every person sitting here has a lot of stress, but it depends on how you handle the stress and to what extent you can handle. There's a threshold frequency. So one technique that I follow whenever I'm stressed is breath work, which works miracles. And at the same time, who doesn't have stress? Like being the director of the Narayana group, I keep traveling thrice a week. And at the same time, after my working hours, after my office hours, I dedicate about 2-3 hours for self-learning. So at that time also I have stress. But it all depends on how you are going to take that stress and how you are going to convert it for better.
Wonderful. And how does your family help? Like what is the time that you give to your family too?
My family has always been a great support. They've been encouraging me to endless lifelong learning. And I make sure I balance it also. I mean, I can't actually use the word balance because I think balance is not a correct term to use. Because when you're prioritizing something, definitely there will be a lack in one sector. So I try my max to dedicate the time. And I think it's all about that having that right mindset shift.
So coming to your book today, it's finally here through all the ups and downs. How can a reader, young or old, really make the best of it? How can they get value from this?
Talking about my book, Mindset Shift, it has 13 chapters. Every chapter is curated in such a way. For example, the book opens with setting an intention for the day, and then it has breath work, it has affirmations, it has doing your favorite activity at the end. And also it has one topic I think that everyone will resonate with, refining obstacles as learning objectives. So especially when we have a lot of negative thoughts, when we are not successful in life, we go into a negative mode. But how do you get back into that positive mode and unleash your true potential? My book talks about that. It also has goal setting using SMART goals. And then at the end, it has an accountability tracker and 20-day planner. So it's curated in such a way that anyone, from any student point of view, whether the student is 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, and to adults, anyone can use it. And it's a very simple process and techniques that can change your life to better.
So for the sake of the audience, is it safe to say that this is not just a book that you'll read for your mind, but it also is like an operation manual for your life?
Yes, totally.
Right? All right. Well, our visionary chief minister is going to grace this occasion a little later. What is your vision and how do you see yourself contributing to nation building?
So as I said, as a child, I had a lot of insecurities. And I realized lately in life that everyone has a lot of insecurities. But it depends on how you reshape your thinking and how you reshape your subconscious mind, I can say. So how about integrating all these techniques in your lifestyle right from a child, right from an age of 8 years, 9 years. So it works wonders. The way you do things, the way you achieve success, the way you accelerate towards growth will be a totally different story. So I really want to be there and I really want to empower and help and be a support for all the people from students to adults who have faced similar problems like me, and I just hope I do justice to that.
Sure. And I'm sure with this effort there'll be many more young Sharnis who will get inspired from you and really contribute to the larger growth
Hopefully.
of the nation. One last question perhaps from myself. What is that legacy of your father that you are looking at taking forward? What is that one thing that really keeps you going that you learned from him?
The one thing I have always learned from my father is he's a workaholic. He works 24/7. Initially, I didn't understand why. But, I mean, I'm sure there's an entire Narayana family here who can resonate with me that once my dad starts the meeting in the morning, it goes on and on and on. We will get tired, but dad never gets tired. So, I think that is one quality that I have taken from him, and I just hope I work n number of hours, and I just hope I unleash my subconscious.
All right. Yeah, Geeta
That's
ma'am?
wonderful. And anything that you would like to take it to your institutions also from your book?
I think every chapter is curated in such a way that anyone can use it and should use it.
Okay.
So this is a practical experience of my life. I can say it's a version of my life that I've just gifted it to you to make it easier. And it's the best of the best processes adapted by the best coaches.
Okay.
So I have about 4 coaches that keep guiding me, and I have taken each and every quality from those coaches and have integrated in my lifestyle. So I have seen some powerful interventions and breakthroughs, and I just hope every user or every reader who uses this book will definitely find a difference, and I just hope I create that difference.
How far can you take this to the common man?
So the book, as I said, it's priced at a very, very low price. It's just $3.99. My idea is that every person, the book should be accessible to every person. And if I really think about the expenses that I have put in for my coaching or to my learning, personal development, I cannot compare it with just that book. So the best of the best techniques are there for you, customized for you in a very simple way. So if you can use it, you can change your life.
Wonderful. God bless you. And I think it's a wonderful takeaway for everyone. I hope you really write more and more and reach out to more people. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.